UN attack helicopters targeted M23 rebels in eastern Congo on Saturday after fighting resumed following a months-long lull in violence, the local official said. 2 army officers and 151 rebels were killed in a battle beginning Thursday that the UN called the worst clash between the M23 group and the military since July. Attack helicopters for the UN mission in Congo, known as MONUSCO, had been on standby. MONUSCO helicopters this morning bombarded the M23 positions in the city of Kibumba, said North Kivu Governor Julien Paluku. He said the Congolese army had earlier retreated from Kibumba, which is 19 miles north of Goma, after thousands of Rwandans, who he says were backing the rebels, attacked early Saturday. The fighting was very violent between the Congolese military and the M23 rebels backed by the Rwandan army, he said. Rwandan forces bombarded our positions in Kibumba since early this morning and an estimated 3,500 crossed the border to attack us. Reports by United Nations experts have accused Rwanda and Uganda of supporting the rebels. Both countries strongly deny any involvement, and Uganda said if the charges continue it will pull its peacekeeping troops of Somalia, where they are playing an important role in pushing out the Islamist extremist rebels. The M23 was created after officers from the Congolese army defected in April and May and launched the rebellion to demand better pay, armaments and amnesty from war crimes. Direct fighting broke out Thursday in Rugari, the town between the M23 and the Congolese army positions, only 30 kilometers 19 miles from Goma, the provincial capital, and around 15 kilometers 9 miles from Kanyaruchinya, a camp where more than 60,000 people have already sought refuge from the fighting since June. The army spokesman in North Kivu, Oliver Hamilai, said Friday that 2 army officers were killed and 7 were wounded in the fighting in the Kibumba area. M23 spokesman, Vilne Ikazarama, denied the heavy casualties, saying that only 2 rebels were wounded. The UN peacekeeping mission in Congo said it was the worst battle since July. At UN headquarters in New York, UN spokesman Martin Niezerki said there are indications that between 1,500 to 2,500 people may have fled the area as a result of the fighting. Paluku said the country faces a humanitarian crisis as those displaced are moving toward Kanyaruchinya. Since August, members of the International Conference for the Great Lakes region have been holding talks in Kampala, Uganda, to try to find a solution to the conflict. There had been a de facto ceasefire during the mediation, but tensions mounted on the ground over the past 2 weeks as the talks seemed to be reaching the dead end. The UN and the United States have both issued sanctions against the M23 leader, Sultani Makenga, who is accused of forcing children into the M23 ranks. The Congolese government said it welcomes sanctions against the M23 but estimates they are not sufficient. Bosco Ntaganda, who is also thought to be leading the M23 rebellion, is under an International Criminal Court arrest warrant for similar war crimes. Read more. http://www.foxnews.com/world/2012/11/17/Unlaunches aerial attack on rebels in East Congo #9ZZ to Sebastada.